We just finished a story in Philadelphia about 200 of the fellas and their lovely ladies were rioting for 2 hours. 3 cops got hurt. 14 people were arrested. Wow, 14 people arrested in 2 hours. That basically means you in a riot, you arrest like one person every 8 minutes. It's really hard to get arrested in Philadelphia. Anyway, here's the story, the rest of the story in Philly. Just because they're rioting in Philadelphia, just because the local media is going well out of their way to try to pretend it's not a riot, try to pretend it's not the fellas and their lovely ladies, trying to pretend this is something that doesn't happen all the time there. I mean, in the rest of the city, it's just business as usual.
Police are searching for 2 men who ransacked and burglarized a home in South Philadelphia. The entire break-in was caught on home surveillance video. The clear images made possible thanks to the camera the homeowner set up in the kitchen. Action News reporter Christy Aletto live for us tonight in South Philadelphia with the images and the story. Christy.
That's right, Shari. It happened in broad daylight and appeared that the pair tried to be careful not to leave any trace of themselves behind, except for the fact that they were recorded on camera. And as for residents that we spoke with, they say that this is just the latest in a series of incidents in this area. Not knowing they were being recorded, 2 men wearing gloves broke into Michael Raphael's Graduate Hospital home, the family's kitchen, the scene of the crime.
All right, clear the house and go in and tell me any room that's in the basement.
Carefully casing the row home floor by floor. The 14-minute surveillance video shows the pair making off with electronics, cash, and some jewelry.
It's just the fact that we can see them walking around our house and chatting and talking. And again, being oddly careful and like walking around furniture and not knocking stuff over. It's invasive. It feels awful.
Considered a safe block, residents say Tuesday's midday burglary is not the first. Teresa Parasol's home surveillance caught someone stealing items from her front door the night before, and a church a block away was also hit.
Our church, Union Baptist Church, the shed was broken into in our garden, and material was taken away. It's very scary. It is very scary.
It's not clear if the victims in this latest incident were targeted, but they're hoping, given the foot traffic in the area, someone saw something.
The stuff that they took, computers and a PS4, we can replace that, but they were in our house. We have a video of them in our house. It's so unnerving, and it just feels terrible.
Story now you'll see only on Fox. A student bullied, beaten up, not in the streets, but at school. And his mother wants to know why. Why did it happen, especially at a place where children should feel safe? Fox 29's Chris O'Connell is live at school district headquarters in Spring Garden. Chris.
Lucy, that 15-year-old boy is at home recovering tonight from reconstructive surgery. His jaw wired shut. The freshman at Martin Luther King High School says he was attacked and beaten. And now tonight his mother is demanding answers and vowing not to send her son back to that school again.
This is his diet for the next 30 to 60 days.
A protein milkshake. That is all Naquan Martin will eat for the foreseeable future. The 15-year-old's jaw is broken in 3 places and wired shut after being attacked in the hallway at Martin Luther King High School Friday afternoon.
Someone came and blindsided him and hit him that he didn't even know would hit him.
Naquan's mother says the attack on her son, who was in the special education program, was unprovoked. Police say it may be a case of the knockout game. The incident caught on video was witnessed by a teacher. Naquan was knocked so hard he doesn't even remember what happened. He ended up at CHOP, where his mom took this video.
I'm struggling to process. I don't want him to see me cry.
The student accused in the attack is now out of school, most likely for good, and facing criminal charges.
How are you feeling right now? You hurting still?
Naquan, who can only mumble his words now, is on prescription opioids for pain and having trouble sleeping. In a statement, the school district tells us, quote, "We take the safety of our students and our staff very seriously. Violence of any kind in our schools is unacceptable and will not be tolerated." But Mom says that's not good enough. She's pulling her son from King High School and hoping for a new, safer school.
I sent him to school to be safe and get his education, and obviously he wasn't safe. My son was injured in your care. y'all have to take responsibility and accountability.
And the same day of the riot, a commission put out a report on the big Starbucks episode. You remember that from about 6 months ago? Two of the fellas walked into Starbucks. They didn't want to buy anything. They just wanted to use the restroom and sit around. They asked them to leave. They wouldn't leave. They asked them 2 more times. They refused 2 more times. Finally, the cops came in and said, okay, guys, you got to go now. Let's go. Come on. So that turned out to be a big deal. A city commission just issued a huge report saying, oh, yeah, this is absolutely proof positive of embedded racism. Philadelphia cops, how cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. Racism, 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 conscious, unconscious, implicit, explicit, every single damn adjective you want to put on there, that's what it is. Which is one big fairy tale, of course. The greatest lie of our generation, the hoax of black victimization, alive and well in Philadelphia, maybe more than any other place in the country. Not that the other places in the country are, slowing down. Here's 2 videos, both, I think, from the Atlanta area. One shows a kid who was on Ellen. I guess going on Ellen means you get a get out of jail free card for the rest of your life. I think he was trying to sell his CDs like inside of a mall, and the security guard and cop said, you can't do that. All of a sudden it turned into a big rhubarb. And before that, here's a story about some of the lovely ladies getting into a big fight, and they didn't like it when the cops came along and break it up and hauled a few of the people involved away.
A chaotic scene in Monroe, a knife pulled, a woman tased, a pregnant woman arrested. This video sent to us by onlookers, angry. They say police use too much force here. Ron Jones with us, former police officer. Walk us through this. This is really a messy situation.
A very messy situation. The lady who pulled the knife, allegedly pulled the knife, she's gone when the officers get here. This lady here is pregnant. She's being handcuffed for disorderly conduct. This lady over here being arrested for battery and disorderly conduct.
She's the one that gets tased?
She's the one who gets tased. It didn't actually touch the skin, according to police, but it touched her jacket. So let's roll the video so we can talk about technique. Now, the citizens who sent us this video, they're calling this police brutality. However, the lady who was pregnant, they're not laying her on her stomach. They're handcuffing her. They're going to take her off to jail. This lady is the lady who gets tased. You notice the officer is putting his knees on her back and on her buttocks at the same time. What he's trying to do, just based upon my training and experience, he's just trying to control the situation until he can get the handcuffs on this lady. All this video, especially the body cam video, we're going to make that available on 11alive.com.
Page number 227. Stop.
Chase, where are you, Chase? He got his hands on me. We upstairs.
You're about to go to jail. You're going to go to a youth detention center. You don't stop.
He's not doing anything. He had his rights. He's not even doing anything right now, sir. Okay. And I have his father on the phone, and you won't even speak to him.
Yep.
So what you doing that on me? I'm going to shit my mom in. I know. Man, no, bro. You're not going to have him like that. You're not going to have him like that, man. You're not going to have him like that.
You put your hands on me again.
You put your hands on my nephew. You put your hands on my nephew.
Get him back. Hold on to him.
Bro, go ahead, man. Y'all want to do? No. Get him off me, bro.
F3 of 10-3. F3 of 10-3.
Tell me, bro.
2494 upper level in front of H.
I guess you guys probably were paying attention to that first video where the reporter had grudgingly admitted, oh yeah, this is a safe neighborhood, even though it does happen here all the time. Try that again. It's a safe neighborhood, but this burglary stuff happens all the time. Okay. But we know what we saw in that video and what we saw in the other 2 videos as well is kind of a new thing we've seen over the last year or so, documented here. The crime is the new black entitlement. You may not arrest a black person for committing a crime of any kind because you are violating their rights to commit crimes worry-free. Because arresting black people for committing a crime of any kind is guaranteed to make the black kids angry.